we have certain interesting partnerships and very promising use cases that are under the wraps. So like we are working with a couple of banks, we are working with a couple of large payment gateways. So all of that information is sometimes confidential because of the nature of the business, and that's why it's kind of a tight spot.
Welcome to AlgoHQ. I am Karel here with Nadeem Shaikh, the founder and CEO of PayScript. Nadeem, welcome.
Thank you, Ibu. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah. So your project has been getting a lot of traction online, and
Thank you.
I just want to lead in with, can you describe in your own words, what is PayScript and what does it do?
Sure. So PayScript is a payments orchestration network. So we are basically a payments company. So merchants can start accepting crypto payments. Users can send crypto to their friends using email address. We are actually building a really cool functionality where they can use Twitter handles to send money to your friends. Now, I think this is the first announcement that I'm making right now on AlgoHQ. So that's a big giveaway for the users.
Wow.
And we will be having a lot more functionalities as we grow because we want to cover each and every aspect of payments industry. But that's the core. That's the basic.
Brilliant. That sounds cool. So who's the intended audience for PayScript? Is it large businesses, small businesses, individuals, mom and dad? Who are you trying to bring this software to?
Yeah, everyone, right? So our mission is basically to remove the barriers of crypto adoption and uh, simplify the digital payments, right?
Hmm.
So we would obviously have a focused approach one by one in each of the segments. So first, we are focusing on B2B. So we are helping large businesses like banks, uh, point of sale companies, payment gateway companies, and helping them integrate our crypto APIs into their software so that they can offer those services to their further users, right? So, for example, if it's a payment gateway company, they integrate with PayScript, all their users can start accepting crypto payments, specifically ALGO coin, right? So that's the strategy. But we also have a B2C model where we have our own app, we have our own web app. So merchants and users can just jump up, sign up, and start using it as a retail. So we actually have the offering across both B2B and B2C.
Wow. Okay. So is your software a layer 1 or a layer 2 solution?
So we are a payments company, right? So we use we integrate with every blockchain on-chain transactions. So we are
Mm-hmm.
not a centralized exchange where they just store the information of the coins in the TP.
Mm-hmm.
So we use on-chain transactions. So right now we are integrating with different blockchains as integrations into our systems. So we leverage the on-chain features of each of the blockchains like Algorand, Bitcoin, Ethereum.
Okay. One barrier to crypto adoption is ease of use. Getting people to buy crypto is not actually simplified enough that everybody in the world has some. So, if PayScript is using digital currencies, how will you reach an audience of businesses and customers willing to use crypto, or how will you convince more people to get some coins in order to use PayScript?
Yeah, that's a very good question, right? So we are focusing on how users can start spending crypto. We believe that there is a lot of exposure where people are holding coins now, but they are mostly using it for trading because they don't know how to use it, where to use it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we got registered with in Australia, which allows us to operate as a crypto exchange. What that means is that when merchant accepts cryptocurrencies, we can help liquidate them and give them cash in the bank. So they don't need to go to an exchange, set up account and sell it and then convert it manually. All of that is going to happen automatically in our system if they choose to. If they just want to retain the crypto, then it's their choice. So this way, the merchants can be less bothered by the trading, conversion, liquidity, and just focus on their business. But it also helps them by giving an option to the payee, the customer, so that they
Mm-hmm.
can pay in crypto. So this makes crypto spendable. So now suddenly all the users holding crypto can start spending it from their wallet. So that's a pitch to the merchants that don't worry if you don't know how to accept crypto. Just sign up on PayScript, use our application, punch in the dollars, we'll convert it into crypto, and you can just collect the payment and cash it out.
Okay, so that's very important that I was going to ask about how do you convince a merchant to take a payment in a cryptocurrency which they may consider volatile. So from what I'm gathering, and correct me if I'm wrong, the merchant can receive the payment from the customer in crypto, and then if they choose, they can have it converted to cash to get put in their own account before it
Yes.
before it has a chance to really be volatile.
Yeah, there would be still an accept. There would be still a chance of volatility within 15-minute, 20-minute window because the transaction confirms, but that's much less than going to an exchange and then sell it manually when you close your shop, right? So
Yes.
absolutely yes. And in addition to that, we would support a lot of stable coins. So that would help the merchants reduce their debit card fees, credit card fees, and all of that. Merchants generally cover that on behalf of the users, but ultimately that gets added on to the product. So at the end of the day, the customer is paying that surcharge. So it's not only about accepting crypto like Bitcoin, ALGO, but also about stable coins. So the value doesn't fluctuate, but the merchants can cut down their costs on transactions.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's very important because credit card companies charge anywhere between, excuse me, 1.5% to 3.5% per.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. And when you travel internationally, it just keeps on adding.
Yes. What currencies will PayScript accept as settlements? Is it Bitcoin, Ethereum, Algo? Does it extend past that and into stablecoins? So what are you really going to accept?
Yeah. So right now, we support crypto acceptance. The settlements into fiat will happen soon because we are integrating with the automation of KYC and all of that. So in terms of the crypto acceptance, we already support Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Algorand. Stellar is already in development and testing. Then we have plans to release Bitcoin Cash. Then we have plans to integrate some more currencies like Litecoin, Doge, and things like that. So we have a complete roadmap which we are working on, and it's also based on the customers that we get. So sometimes customers comes and say, "Hey, we want to use PayScript, but this is the coin that we want support on." So we just add them in. Since we are already supporting Ethereum, we can support any ERC20 token or most of the ERC20 tokens already. So like USDT, USDC, and all the things. And Tron, by the way, we got a request recently for integrating Tron. So we would be putting that in our backlog of things to do, and hopefully that will be live in like 4 to 6 weeks. But typically we just take 2 weeks to integrate any new blockchain. So if you have a request, then just let us know and we'll put that in the roadmap.
Brilliant, Nadeem. Thank you. Thank you for that information. That's cool.
No worries.
How did PayScript get involved with Algorand, and how does it involve Algorand and interact with the Algorand chain?
Yeah, that's a very good question, right? And so we applied to an Algorand accelerator program, the Europe one, in early 2021, and we were one of the 11 startups who were selected out of the 200 plus applications, and that just really helped us the validation, the product market fit, and we started closely interacting with the Algorand ecosystem. It was a 3-month program, so there were a lot of mentors. We had regular catch-ups, and it was a very well knit kind of a program where we interacted about what we can do, and we set some milestones. So as part of the accelerator program, we set 3 milestones, which we completed in flying colors by end of March, and they were: one, to integrate ALGO as a payment option. So now in our system, which is the web app and the mobile app, the merchants can start accepting ALGO payments. The second one was to integrate ASA as a framework. So now any coin which is built on Algorand as an ASA can be used in our platform. So it could be a stable coin, it could be a new coin or a token. Our systems can accept that. So the merchants can start accepting that. And the third one was building an AUD-backed stable coin on Algorand. So we are based in Melbourne, Australia, and registered with. So it made sense for us to launch an AUD-backed stable coin because there are some coins here and there, but they are not popular. So we are building the AUD-backed stable coin on Algorand. And again, this is the first time we are making a public announcement about it. So
wow.
Yes, so that's the milestone that we had in the program, and we have completed the testnet and the dev of it, and we will be launching pretty soon once we have some things in order.
Wow.
And the fourth one is we would be launching our own coin, which is more of a rewards and a which is more of a rewards token. And I'll dive deep into the utility of the token later on.
Yeah.
Maybe that's for another episode. But our own coin would be also an ASA, so basically based on Algorand.
Wow. Okay. That's amazing. So PayScript is going to be launching one of the first Australian dollar stablecoins.
Yes, one of the first few. Yes.
That's very impactful. That's very
Yeah.
impactful. That's
Yes,
very
that's
important.
yeah, and we are so excited about it. We've already started talking to some of the DEXs. So, for example, the ALGO DEX, we are going to have some collaboration pretty soon. We are in chat how we can leverage that. We are also in talk with some of the other DEXs which are still developing. So I don't want to throw them, off guard and take their names yet. But yes,
Sure.
we are very excited to have that stable coin on an ALGO DEX
Yeah.
or
Wow.
DEX is based on Algorand.
So there's things coming up on the horizon. So
Yes,
Um,
yes.
is there a barrier to entry to using PayScript? My question is, can anyone enable PayScript to help their business regardless of the size of the business? Is there a minimum amount of revenue or size you need to use it? Or can someone who just has a Squarespace website just sell t-shirts using PayScript as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's no barrier. Anyone can start using it. Even if you're a startup or a new business and you haven't done even your first transaction, you can start using PayScript. We have few customers which are marketplaces, like an equivalent of eBay or equivalent of just like online stores who are just doing crypto payments, right? They're getting rid of fiat altogether on their websites. So we have customers like that. We have some shops who are going to start using our stable coins. So just coffee shops, people can just buy $4, $3.50 coffee using our stable coins. That's we have some campaign lined up for that. That's going to be pretty interesting. So
Yeah.
anyone can use it. There is no barrier to it.
That's awesome because it's important
Yeah,
that not only large businesses but just a small single person business will be able to accept crypto and give that option to whoever their audience may be. I think it's a really
yeah,
untapped market that PayScript could definitely just drop right into.
yeah. Yes, that's the plan.
So there was a large amount of interest in your PayScript coin giveaway that
Yeah,
you were posting about, in May last week. But I noticed an equal amount of confusion around how to get involved, where people would receive the tokens, and just what was really happening. So, if possible, could you clarify if the giveaway is still open,
yeah,
if you can still
sure.
enter, and when the recipients of the coins will receive the coins, just for the audience?
Yeah, absolutely. So we were planning to launch our token on 1st of June and then do the campaign. But then we got so much of interest on the Twitter that we started the campaign early on because we really wanted to give back to the community as soon as possible. So we launched the campaign of first 500 followers on Twitter and then the second campaign of first 1,000 followers. Right now we have like 820 followers. So yes, there's still space for more, roughly 180 followers to join in the giveaway. And we are right now shipping our functionality to link the Twitter with our PayScript wallet. So as soon as we have that live in a week, we would be doing an airdrop through the PayScript wallet. So users don't have to fill up like, forms or Google Forms or Type Forms or anything like that. They just got to sign up on PayScript wallet, link the Twitter account, and that's it. We have the list of the followers and the people who have won, and then we'll just release it to their PayScript wallet.
Okay, thanks for that info because a lot of people were asking about that. But the fact that
Yeah,
you're taking the Twitter integration of PayScript and utilizing that seamless transition is definitely something that seems new to me. And because
thank
the
you.
crypto community is so passionate on Twitter, it's definitely a smart idea to to link Twitter to PayScript and make it easy that way. I think that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
and the beauty of that is once I know it's a bit of a delay for the users, but once that's live, you can start sending algo payments to your friends and people with your Twitter handle, and I think that's really cool functionality that would be released in a couple of weeks after the airdrop. But we believe in solving problems and making things simple and easy. That's our key focus. So yeah, that's why we decided to do it in this way.
I think that's important for crypto too because it seems like such a difficult thing to get into for people outside of it. To simplify it and make it easy is one of the most important and most challenging aspects in the whole industry, I think, right now.
Oh, thank
Simplifying
you.
everything.
Yeah.
So if we're talking about tokens, I have to ask, what's your plan for tokenization of the platform? Do
Sure.
you have a rough tokenomics idea laid out, or maybe more than
Yep.
rough? And
Yep.
third thing, will your token be listed as an ASA to be tradable on different dexes?
Yep. So, in terms of the first question about the utility of the token, the primary utility of the token is to grow the ecosystem. So that would be in form of discounts, in form of fees available to the users, the affiliate program. So if you are a business and you are referring other business, you would get certain rewards, which would be in form of points on our platform. If you hit certain milestone of transactions, then there would be some benefits which will be given in form of rewards to you in form of points. And there are a few other functionalities which are planned. So for example, we are launching PayScript crypto card in the future. So there would be cashbacks and reward back, crypto back options available, which will be based on our token. And yes, we would be listing on certain dexes. That's the plan so far. So we wouldn't be doing any token sale or any ICO. That's not the plan, at least for now. We would be launching it on a DEX or an like ALGO DEX, for example, and things like that. But I think that will take some time because some of the DEXs are in the works, and that's what we are planning to do.
Do you have a tokenomics plan? Is there a limited supply of tokens, or will it be a burn, like a burn type of thing where there's not a limited supply, but it burns a lot of the tokens to maintain scarcity?
Yeah, it would be a fixed supply. And we are still working on finalizing the tokenomics in detail. We're working with our mentors, and some of the key players in the crypto space are helping us fine tune it. So that's as much as I can say for now, but we'll be sharing more information pretty soon.
Okay, okay. Thanks for that. Just had to ask. So, what will governance of the platform look like? So, I know right now PayScript is a company that you have to run.
Yeah.
Do you ever plan in the future? I don't know if that's the near future or the far, far future, but do you plan to have the token integrate with voting or governance of the protocol at all?
Not at this stage. We obviously have had thought about it, but in the short term, and when I say short term, like next 2 to 3 years, we won't be having voting rights or anything like that for now. Then, as a utility of the token, maybe in the future when the DAOs are there, then probably we will go down that path where the DAO would be operational, and then you can use the token to vote for it. But I think there is we feel is that there is more acceptance needed in the space for DAOs before we can think about going that path. So no, so right now we won't be having that as of now. We would have various memberships, and various memberships on the platform will give you different benefits. So when you hold a certain number of tokens, you start with the level 1 membership. And as you grow with the number of tokens that you hold, you level up in terms of your membership and your benefits become better. So we are working on large number of fronts for the benefits and rewards to the community for different levels. So we would be announcing that gradually, but that's the basis of it. So the fees would be less as you level up on your membership. You would be having certain specific functionalities and features as you level up and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you have an idea of when we'll know a bit more about that system?
pretty soon. So as soon as we release the paper with the tokenomics, we would be sharing that. So the ETA for that is like 30 days or so.
All right, so there's a lot of announcements for PayScript coming in the next month, month and a half.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's why we wanted to have a series of campaigns and announcement in place. So yeah, that's the plan.
I love that. I'm excited. I'm really excited to hear more about that.
Likewise, yeah, very happy to be sharing all this information with the users, and pretty pumped up with all the things that we have planned up for next 2 months.
It's very exciting. So I have just two more questions for you.
Sure.
Are there any interesting partnerships that you'd like to tell us about? Certain business that's chosen to work with PayScript, or something that you're working on? Is there anything that you can tell us that we didn't know before that would surprise?
Well, there are a few partnerships already in place. We would be announcing them pretty soon, but some of the things that I can announce already is we are working with a company called Prawn ID in Australia, who is helping us with the complete KYC, AML, and automation, all of that aspect. The other company that we are working is called BitLyra, and it's an marketplace. It's an eBay equivalent. It is still under development. It will be going live pretty soon. We are working with an institutional wholesale fund, which is based out of Australia. I can't take the name, but we'll be announcing it pretty soon. They would be using our platform for the crypto buying and selling. We are working with a STO platform, which is called Tribe Digital Ventures. And it's a token issuance platform. And they would be using PayScript for the redemption of STO like funds. So, when somebody buys into the funds or the units, they get paid back every month, quarterly or yearly. So they would be using PayScript for those redemptions, which would be based on stablecoins. So these are some of the partnerships that I can announce. And we would be having very soon some key announcements, hopefully next 3 months, which would be related to PayScript cards, which would be related to the banking partnership that we are working on, and some new initiatives in terms of some new functionalities, like having an DEX integrated, or launching our stablecoin on certain DEXs. But that's still work under progress.
Okay. And do you have a release date planned for a public release of PayScript when anybody will be able to integrate it into their platform?
So we are actually live. So people can go on, sign up on PayScript, and start using the functionalities like, point of sale, requesting payment via payment links. And we have our API docs, which is which we are allowing access to people who request it. So it's like a pre-approval basis. So if you want to integrate PayScript, then just send us an email on support@payscript.io, and we'll get back to you, give you sandbox access, and you can start integrating the APIs into your system. So we are already live, actually.
So PayScript's already live. If you have a small business or any type of business trying to integrate cryptocurrency payments and cryptocurrency settlements, you need to tap into PayScript and email. You need to send an email over.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the shout out.
Yeah, of course. Nadeem, it's been an honor to ask you about PayScript and learn a lot more about this platform. I think it's a really amazing initiative. And I think there's a lot of big things coming up in your future. So I'm sure I can't wait to see, and the community will be really excited for that. Is there anything you'd like to leave us with?
Thank you, Ibu, and I wish that the community can support us. So just go to PayScript, Twitter, share it with your friends, and help educate people who are already into crypto or not in crypto. That would help in terms of the adoption of it, and also it's good for them. So you are helping them as well while helping the crypto community. So that's it. I'll leave it with that, and thank you again, Ibu, for having me on the show.
No problem. All right, so thanks for coming on AlgoHQ. I am your host, Ibu Karel. This has been Nadeem Shaikh, the CEO and founder of PayScript. It's been a complete honor, Nadeem. Thank you so much.
Right, thank you.